So today we'll be getting into the latest wrestling news about Bad Bunny's wrestling debut, Peyton Royce dealing with a stalker, and an update to Lars Sullivan release, and more. Let's start things off with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is not a bandwagon celebrity fan that's only working with WWE for a paycheck. Bad Bunny is a longtime genuine fan of WWE and was watching it ever since he was a little kid, growing up in Puerto Rico. He idolized so many WWE superstars and was a massive fan of wrestling. This is what led up to create a song titled Booker T, which of course was in reference to Booker T, one of his favorite wrestlers. He even got Booker T to be in the music video, and they've been close friends ever since. The Booker T video even picked up 50 million views in just 1 month. So when it comes to Bad Bunny, you're talking about a massive star himself. Bad Bunny's own platforms and reach is much bigger than WWE's entire audience. He has 3 million followers on Twitter and 30 million on Instagram, so he's an absolute superstar himself in the music scene right now. So collaborating with him is extremely beneficial for WWE because you have his entire audience now watching these WWE segments that he's involved in. Bad Bunny posted 3 Instagram videos of his WWE segment over the weekend, and those 3 videos alone on his Instagram received 30 million views in total. Numbers that WWE doesn't even come close to on any other platforms and only dreams of. It's now being reported that WWE and Bad Bunny's working relationship isn't over at all. It's only beginning. The WWE and Bad Bunny merchandise is also WWE top-selling merchandise of 2021 thus far, showing that the fans are really digging the Bad Bunny merchandise. Bad Bunny has already been spotted at the WWE Performance Center for what many believe will be his first match. He wasn't joking on Raw. He has a dream to compete in a match, and with the huge numbers he's pulling up for WWE in terms of viewers and sales, WWE definitely wants to make that match happen. One of the most talked about spots for this Bad Bunny match is WrestleMania 37. The stage doesn't get much larger than that. Who would Bad Bunny be facing? It's most likely that his program would be with the Miz and Morrison, since he already started that feud with them. That's something that we do see a lot of when it comes to celebrity matches. WWE will make it a tag team match so that the celebrity guest doesn't have to carry the weight of a full singles match by themselves, especially when they're not fully trained quite yet. The rumor has come out on a very interesting time because AEW has just dropped that Shaq will be officially competing for AEW in March, as well in a tag team match. So WWE would basically be answering that Shaq match with a Bad Bunny match at WrestleMania 37. Do you want to see Bad Bunny compete at WrestleMania, and have you been enjoying his involvement with WWE so far? It's unfortunate to see, but it looks like we have another WWE superstar stalker situation. Peyton Royce took to her official Twitter account to publicly release this statement to her fans. It is not okay to send packages to someone's mailing address if they did not personally give you their mailing address. This includes friends of the recipient. This is stalking, and I will report you to authorities. If you would like to send fan mail, please use the WWE PC. It feels like we see this sort of message continue to come out from superstars. That's because there's certain fans and stalkers that never seem to listen. We've seen Lacey Evans, Paige, and more WWE women all have to deal with these horrible stalker situations over the last few months. It is just flat out scary to get a package from an unknown person. Even if you're the biggest fan and mean no harm, it's still very scary and horribly wrong. Like WWE superstars always say, they love fan mail, but you have to address the WWE Performance Center, not their homes. Hopefully we don't have to see situations like this one going forward. After months and months of uncertainty and massive rumors, news finally hit this week that Lars Sullivan was fired by WWE. It's been quite the hectic few years for Lars Sullivan. He was supposed to be WWE's next big monster, and WWE was ready to push him to the moon as their next big star. But then he went down with a horrible injury. Then old offensive comments from a forum were dug up from Lars Sullivan. Then a woman came out showing some direct messages with Lars Sullivan, and so on. It was just controversy after controversy for him, but it didn't seem to really change WWE's mind. Reports claim that Vince McMahon was still ready to give him that same push that he wanted to give him since day one. But apparently, Lars Sullivan started to no-show Smackdown tapings and gave WWE no explanation for his absence. Other reports claim that a Smackdown interview in the fall had Lars Sullivan shirtless for a sit-down conversation with Michael Cole. Could have been a form of punishment as well for Lars. But Lars Sullivan came out and said that he didn't view the interview as a punishment, so that debunks that rumor. Reports claim that he really left WWE and Vince McMahon no option. They had to cut ties with him and release him from the company. We'll see what the future holds for Lars Sullivan. It's now been officially confirmed by Rey Mysterio himself that he did in fact sign a WWE contract extension. It wasn't too long ago that Rey Mysterio started to give out heavy hints of retirement. It sounded like he was getting ready to hang it up and call it a career, but it seems like his mentality has changed up a bit. Rey Mysterio had this to say while speaking with Sports Illustrated about his new contract. "We never made the signing of my new deal public, but there is definitely going to be more time to see Rey Mysterio in WWE. I'm going to keep wrestling, at least until Father Time catches up and says it's time to go." So that sounds like a much different response compared to the response Rey was giving earlier this year. Before signing the new deal, Rey said that he wanted to retire within the next few years and start heading out for good, but now it seems like he's not really putting an end date on his career. It seems like he wants to keep going until Father Time forces him to stop. So that's some good news for Rey Mysterio fans. It looks like he was starting to wrap it up, but with the latest comments from this interview, it looks like he'll be staying active for as long as he can. The WWE deal was not made public, like Rey said, but it's rumored to be a 3-year deal, so Rey will be around at least for the next 3 years. So Dominic and Aaliyah will have their father around in WWE for 3 more years. So it'll be really interesting to see what WWE does with Rey and Dominic over these next 3 years. 3 years should be a long enough time to see them get together as tag team champions, which is a dream that both of them have. After their tag team title reign is over, it'll be interesting to see Rey Mysterio vs. Dominic one-on-one match as well. Obviously, you don't want to keep Dominic tied to Rey Mysterio forever, but Dominic is turning 24 this year. He's still one of the youngest superstars on the roster, so he can afford to spend more time working with his father and then take off on his own after Rey Mysterio retires for good. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.